take and skip clauses. In this video I will show you, what does each clause mean and how to use inside a LINQ query. Let's get started. Take clause is used to limit the number of elements returned in a query. So, it can be used to return a specified number of elements from the start of a collection. The syntax for this clause is very simple. We only write the clause with an integer number. This number indicates how many items I want to return from the query. For example, I have the following array and the following clause. The result here will be the following three numbers. So, I got the first three numbers using take3. Skip clause, on the other hand, allows you to skip a specified number of elements in a sequence before returning the remaining elements. So, it bypasses a specified number of elements in a collection and then returns the remaining elements. The syntax for this clause is also the same. We only write the clause with an integer number. This number indicates how many items should be skipped from the query. For example, I have the following array and the following clause. The result here will be the following 5 numbers. So, I got all numbers except the first 3 using skip3. It's very important to understand here that both clauses are to take or skip items only from the start of the sequence. That's all about both clauses. Let's check some examples to understand how do both clauses work. Assume I have the following integer array that contains different numbers. I want to filter this array to get only the numbers that are smaller than 8. As a result, I want to get an integer array that contains only the first 3 found numbers from the filtered numbers. To do that, I can use the following query. Here I use the clauses as I showed you before. The result of where clause will be the following sequence that contains only these numbers that are smaller than 8. After that I added take clause with the number 3 to get only the first 3 numbers from this sequence. This means the result of this query will be the following array that contains only the first 3 numbers that are smaller than 8. I didn't use select clause in this query because it's not needed, but I can use it in this way. The result of the query will be the same. But in such cases I recommend you to write the query without using select clause. Assume I have the same query, but now I want to return 7 items from the query. Let's check what happens in this case. As you know, the result of where clause is the following sequence, which contains only 5 numbers. Now I want to take the first 7 numbers, but I only have 5 items in the sequence. What will happen in this case? Do we get an exception in this case? No exception will be thrown, and we will get the following array as output. What does that mean? This means that we can get only the items as output, what we already have. So, no matter how many items do we have, we will get only the found items, also if the count we need is greater than the count of the items are there. We can also use this clause inside the query between other clauses. For example, the following query. Here I use 2 where clauses. The first where clause returns the following sequence. After that I use take 5. So, the result of this clause will be the following sequence. Then I have another where clause. This clause will be performed for these 5 numbers. So, the result here will be this sequence. As output of this query I will get the following array. As you see, I can use this clause at any position inside the query. And it can be used to return an output from the query, or to return a sub-result inside the query. I use take clause for an array, but I can use it for any data type I need, like DataTable, list, dictionary, XML, etc. This is how does take clause work in general. Let's now check the second clause, skip. I have the following query to filter an array. The result of where clause will be the following sequence. Here I use skip clause to skip the first 2 items. So, in this case I will get the following array as output. As you see, I got all items from the sequence, except the first 2 items because I already skipped them. I can also use select clause in this query, and the result will be the same, but I don't have to use this clause. Assume I have the following query, where I want to skip 6 items. What happens in this case? As you know, we only have 5 items in the sequence, and I want to skip the first 6 items. In this case, the 5 items will be skipped and I will get an empty array that doesn't contain any numbers, because I skipped all items. So, we don't get an exception and we get an empty result. I can also use this clause at any position inside the query. And it can be also used for any data type. This is how does skip clause work in general. As you see, I used both clauses to take or to skip the elements from the start of a sequence. But in some cases we need to get a specific element from a sequence. For example, I have the following query. Here I am getting the following sequence as output. Assume I want to get the third element from this sequence. How to do that using both clauses? To do that, I first have to skip the first two elements using this clause. After that I can take one element using this clause. In this way, I will get the following item as output. This is how to get the third element from a sequence. As you see, I can use both clauses together to get a specific element from a sequence. Let's now check some real scenarios, where we can use both clauses. Assume I have a folder that contains different files. And I want to get the newest file from this folder. It means, I want to get only one file, which has the newest write time. Let's see how to do that. I have the variable folder path that contains the folder path. To get the newest file from this folder, I can use the following query. First I use this expression to get the files from the folder. As output of from clause, I have an array of type file info. This array contains all files inside the folder. After that I used order by clause to sort the files using the last write time in descending order. This means, the newest file with the last write time is now at the first position in the array, and the oldest file is at the last position. Now using take one clause, I will get the first file from the array, which is the newest file in the folder. So, the output will be an array of type file info, which contains only the newest file. I can also get the newest two files from the folder using the same query. I only need to change the number in take clause to number 2. Or I can use both clauses, take and skip, to get the third newest file for example. And so on. I can select the data I need using both clauses. Let's now check another example for a data table. Assume I have the following table, which contains different students. For each student you can find the marks. Assume I want to get the best 3 students from this table. In this case, I should get these 3 rows. For that I can use the following query. As you see, I used order by clause again to sort the table in descending order. This means, the best students are at the beginning of the table. So, the table now is as following. Now using take 3, I will get the first 3 rows from the table. Or in other words, I will get the best 3 students from the table. So, the output of this query is a data table that contains only these 3 rows. I can also do the same using another query, for example this one. Here I am sorting the table in ascending order. This means, the best students are now at the end of the table. Then I am using skip clause with the following expression. The rows count is 7. This means, this expression returns the number 4. So, I will skip the first 4 rows from the table. In this way, I will get the last 3 rows, which contain the best 3 students. As you see, I don't always need to use a number, but I can also use an expression that returns a number. And I use different clauses to get the same result. I also use the clauses for different data types, but in the same way. So, there is no difference in using the clauses for different data types. That's all about take and skip clauses.